Is that the equivalent to the hospitality room?
Yes.
Uncrustables?
Yeah. And we welcome you back to Hickey Park in Russellville, Arkansas. Tim Terry, Keith Holt. Game 2 of this 5A West doubleheader. We're ready for baseball. Greenwood Bulldogs on the road. Keith, we kind of got what we thought we were going to get from the Sims kid. Threw a one-hitter, a nice one from the Russellville Ace, and they beat us 3-0 game 1. Here's Ty Hips versus Austin Mitchell. Will be pitching for Greenwood here in game 2. And same batting order for both teams, and Skaggs will lead it off, and the first one's low and inside to Braden Skaggs, ball 1.
Yeah, and when you're looking to get out of some slumps and you got some guys that are kind of struggling, to face a guy like Sims, it doesn't help very well.
Right. That's a good point. Second one to Skaggs is a ball 2-0. Greenwood, see if they can get the ball bat on the ball here. That one's lifted in the air and straight back out of play, foul. 2-1 to Braden Skaggs. He is in left field. Had a nice defensive game for sure. He had a lot of action out there in left. A nice diving stab.
And his average moved up to 235 to pretty much to essentially lead the team.
Called strike on the inside black to Skaggs, so 2-2 the count now. Skaggs is a sophomore, correct?
Correct.
2-2. No, now here's the deal. I think Skaggs thought the first one was did I miss a pitch? I guess I did. So he walked him, a leadoff walk. I must have missed a pitch somewhere along the way. We'll take it. Here's Bryce Morgan. A leadoff walk here in the top of the first game 2 of this twin bill. Greenbrier beat Van Buren in baseball in game 1. There's a ball from Morgan, laced to center. Bulldogs got something going here right out of the gate. They go station to station. It's a single for Bryce Morgan. Second base to Skaggs, and here's Harrison Adams now. First pitch swinging from Morgan. Alma beat Valonia in baseball 6-1. And as we talked about, Mountain Home swept Siloam yesterday. They got their games in yesterday. So you can kind of see Russellville, Greenbrier, Alma, and Mountain Home with victories here as we start off conference play. That Greenbrier-Van Buren series will be pivotal.
Well, Van Buren lost some of their best pitching, some of the best pitchers in the state. They're young. We saw them in basketball, how young they were. It's the same athletes that play baseball as well. And, you know, and Greenwood's young as well. And you're just going to see teams get better. This should be a fun season to watch and how it progresses.
Adams swinging away at the 1-0. It's 1-1. Sun setting here in Las Vegas. Lights are on at the park. 71 at first pitch, so still a nice, comfortable temperature. That one's low inside. Adams had to check his swing. They're going to go out. No, he did not go. He checked with the field up. I thought he rung him up. I thought, whoa, we're going to have to charge the mound from the press box.
No, he should have just asked us. We'd have told him he didn't go.
Here's the 2-1 to Adams. That's inside. 3-1 now. Hips, obviously not Colton Sims, and he's a right-handed pitcher. The Bulldogs already with a walk and a single. Adams has a 3-1 count. Let's see if Harrison can get a bat on the ball. That's in there for a called strike. I'd like to see him swinging away right there. Just the outer half. Good pitch from Hips.
Well, they'll tell you, any coach will tell you, walk score. I mean, you just don't need to give up walks. And we see Greenwood's walk standing on second base.
And a swing and a miss from Adams. Same pitch pretty much. Went after it this time. And out number 1 for Big Pettigrew coming up. And Kaufman's going to go out and talk to Hips. Good. We're going to get rid of this hum. If the hair lips the Pope. We got a hum on the live stream. Bear with us. Here's Hips now with Greenwood with runners at first and second. And a golf swing from Pettigrew. Tried the 8-iron, 9-iron, no, maybe a pitching wedge. Maybe forget about the ice cube. Pettigrew's at third base. Billy Madison, nobody?
Yes, I got it.
Good.
Yes.
0-1, swing and a miss.
Slowed that one down.
Yep. 0-2 to 99, Pettigrew. Boy, do I like that number. Goodness gracious. Aaron Judge, I guess. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Pettigrew. And here's Aiden Kennan now with 2 outs, trying to keep this Greenwood rally alive. First 2 batters got on base. Kennan's in right field here in game number 2. And let's see if he can find Hips. Low, ball 1 to Aiden Kennan.
Hips likes to work quick. He's getting the ball and going.
Yeah. From the stretch, runners get their lead. Skaggs at first, walks. Morgan singled. He's at first. And there goes Skaggs. Kennan swinging away, and Skaggs is dead meat. Yep. Got him. Caught stealing.
God, you don't make the first or third out at third base.
Right. So, whatever it's worth, Kennan will get a chance to get back up there and give another shot, but Bulldogs had something going there. Had a hit. 1 man left on base. No runs. Half inning in the books. No score. Cyclones come to bat here in game 2 of this doubleheader. 5A West Baseball. Greenwood Sports Center and the Sports Hog 103.5. Tim Terry, Keith Holt, glad to have you aboard here Wednesday evening baseball.
It's supposed to be a Tuesday. Got some rain come in yesterday. Moved it to today. Moved it back 30 minutes.
I hope you're sitting in church right now and you've got your Walkman in and you're listening to the ball game or maybe watching.
I'm not. I'm right beside you.
Well, I mean, but the people we're talking to out in radio land.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're right. Well, here's Gavin Graham to lead off for the Cyclones. Austin Mitchell up on top, and a fastball's in there for a called strike.
We told you Austin can throw heat. He's got a good. The thing with Austin is he's a sophomore that kind of from time to time gets a little wild, but he's going to be a dandy. He's going to be, to me, it reminds me of a young Jerica.
Yep, got you. 1-1 to Graham. Here it comes. That ball's laced to right, and it's down for extra bases. This one's tailing away from Kennan. He'll field it. Well, he had to throw from his back foot. No chance to get the speedy Graham at second and hit the leadoff double.
Just a good piece of hit and just went with it. Didn't try to do too much.
Yep. So we've already had 2 hits in this ball game, contrary to what we saw in game 1. Mitchell will work from the stretch now to Gabriel Ellison. He's their shortstop. Right-handed bat. And Mitchell taking a while, squaring to bunt and pull back, but a called strike to Ellison.
Well, he's looking for an inside pitch. He could bunt to third because they know the third baseman's staying back. First baseman Saki's charging. That pitch was on the outside part of the plate, and if you bunt that one, it goes right back to the pitcher.
Here's Mitchell up on top. He's ready with the 0-1. Just missed inside, 1-1.
Well, I don't like it when umpires, they change because now we have to change what we're used to with the strike zone.
True.
When they, the outfield, Brazier was behind the plate, now he's in the field, and the other umpire's behind the plate.
1-1. And Mitchell peeks out to second base, comes home with it, and this one's fouled out of play. A quick hit of the rafters. Kind of a tuning fork. That thing's still ringing up there. I don't know if I've ever heard one ring that long.
A tuning fork or a light pole?
A light pole. Or a tuning fork for that matter. I don't recall ever seen one in action. Here's the 1-2 from Austin Mitchell. In the dirt, got away from Strozier. Graham's going to move on to third. I don't think that was the third strike. I didn't. Surely
stole first.
He did steal first, but that ball was in the dirt. He did not go, so we're going to bring him back.
Better be safe than sorry.
I guess 2-2.
And just I want it to be noted that we talked about the word fork and tuning fork, and I made no comments to you whatsoever about food or a fork or anything.
Had a hot dog between games. It was pretty decent, maybe a little warmer. And then I had a couple of Uncrustables that the lady, the Bulldog moms, brought up.
You don't heat yours up, do you?
The Uncrustable?
Yeah.
No.
You
Are you supposed to?
Oh, I don't. I thought you did. I don't know.
No. I'll eat it cold. Yeah, it's peanut butter and jelly. Grape jelly, that is. This one's lifted straight up a mile high. Strozier's off with the hat, coming back towards us and out of play. So, it's still 2-2. Runner at third is Gavin Graham. He doubled and took a bag on a passed ball. Mitchell's from the stretch for Greenwood. Bulldogs had 2 men on the first 2 batters of the inning in the top half and couldn't do anything with it.
They're going to sacrifice the run. Anything hit up the middle, infield's back. You know, they one run early is not going to kill you. You're going to have to score one anyway.
Yep. And there's a shot right back up the box. Nice glove there at shortstop by Adams, and he'll throw over to Saki for out number 1, but it's an RBI for Gabe Ellison. 6-3 on the putout. Here's Colton Sims now. He's in center field for him here in Game 2. Their starting pitcher in Game 1. A left-handed bat.
Man, you know, he waved and told the coach to be quiet. I would be really shocked if this first one wasn't high and tight.
Austin Mitchell up on top. Surely not. Strozier, his battery mate, Mitchell, the sophomore, set up outside, and that's in there for a called strike. Instead of beating the guy, I'd rather
strike him out. Yep. I've always thought the same thing.
Yep. Here's the 0-1 to Sims. Just a little bit more outside. Almost kind of climbed the ladder to the side, trying to get him to chase. 1-1. Slid the ladder instead of climbing. Here's Mitchell in there behind the glove, peering into Strozier, and he'll come home with it. Just missed outside. They're nibbling on that outside black.
And part of that, you know, the fans, we're right behind him. Strozier's setting up way in that other box. His left foot is splitting the box, and it's hard to get that call.
There's one fouled off the foot of Sims, 2-2. So, in essence, a beanball. Good pitch from Mitchell.
Yeah, that's smarts. He's even got a
100% guard. Yeah, he's got a guard on his right ankle, but I think it might hit his left foot. If that's possible. He was kind of kicking it like his left foot.
Yeah, it means it got deep.
Yeah. So 2-2 now to Colton Sims. 1 down and 1 across already for Russellville, bottom of the first.
Got him.
Swing and a miss. Well, that's just as good as one can even the Greenwood faithful with the little Bronx cheer. Don't know if they waved goodbye to him or gave him the quiet sign or anything.
I know, right?
We're kind of business as usual in Greenwood.
That's right. We don't get that takes a little bit to excite us.
Yeah. Here's Shane Booker. He's their first baseman, a right-handed bat. And Mitchell kicks and fires for Greenwood. That's in there for a called strike. Mitchell's trying to settle in here. Keith is a leadoff double, but
I told you he may be a dandy this year, but I know it's in his future to be a pitcher.
It's good. 0-1. That one bounced in. Strozier gobbled it up. 1-1.
We talked about it last year. He didn't pitch like a freshman last year when he got to pitch.
Yeah, nice outing. I think it was that Van Buren in that second game win
That's
up
right.
there.
That's exactly when it was.
High cheese that time. Booker went after it. 1-2. And he's kicking and firing. That one bounced in.
See, that was way off. So, and those are pitches he'll fine-tune. Because that last year, that Van Buren, when he kept his composure, that's with the most raucous crowd in 5A.
Oh, no question. 2-2. Deuce is wild here with 2 outs, bottom of the first. And there's a chopper just outside the bag, just foul. Both umpires had it. That was close.
No, that was fair.
You thought it was fair?
I thought it was fair. I thought the first bounce and second bounce both hit inside the white.
Right. I thought the third bounce was outside the white.
Yeah, but was the second bounce not in?
I don't know.
I don't know.
The fourth bounce was definitely foul.
Oh, for sure. good cameraman would have had that. They're replaying it right now and showing that one of us are right.
I think we've got a camera right down the line, too, if I'm not mistaken. And 2-2 still.
I thought it was over the bag. I've been wrong before.
Well, I haven't missed many. Here's 2-2. And that time, swing and miss and a bad effort from Booker. But Strozier dropped it, and he'll have to complete the strikeout, throwing to first. And certainly took plenty of time to load up and throw to first.
He did.
I was getting I was panicking a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, are we going to throw this thing or not?
Well, they want you to get to the inside now because of the lane over here. They know that you can't. The runner's not going to be in there, so they want you to go. He just did a good job of running up the line, making sure he shortened the distance.
Inning of baseball is in the books here in Game 2 of this doubleheader in Russellville, 5A West action. The Cyclones got one across, a leadoff double by Gavin Graham, and he makes his way around to score. Bulldogs coming to bat in the second inning. It'll be Kennan, Brewer, and Strozier. And we'll just stay right here and hang in the. Lady Bulldogs are up 9-0 in Game 2 over in softball here. They're playing a doubleheader as well down here. It's always been one of my gripes, the scheduling gaffe of having softball and baseball play at the same time. I mean, some fans would like to go watch them both, and I think the West is the only ones that do it. And it's not the stupidest thing that I know of in high school sports, but it's real close.
Right. Wait, there's enough days in the week where, and I know you've got track and you've got other things going on, soccer, but
no, soccer usually plays the same time as us too. So there's 3 things going one night. There's definitely room to spread it out.
I couldn't imagine if you had a set of twins, that a girl and a boy, that one played baseball, one played softball. You would never get to see the other one.
Well, and it's like, I mean, some fans would like to go watch baseball and softball, and if you get the guys who want to do some broadcasting like we're doing, it's almost impossible to do both. It's very strange. I can't ever get a straight answer from anybody. And it's not like all the teams travel together. It's not like it's easier on the school. You're still taking 3 buses.
No, agreed.
Well, here we go. On the top of the second, it's Aiden Kennan. And that one went in there, bounced about 56 feet, and then caught the catcher on the shoulder. But
56, yeah, that was about right, 56 feet.
Yeah.
So you're saying boys Monday, Thursday, girls Tuesday, Friday, or we could do something like that to where at least the conference games, Monday, Tuesday, play on different nights.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Right.
You know a guy named Dr. Smith.
He won't listen to me. That one's a called strike. And I missed the second pitch. I guess it was a strike. So 1-2. Swing and a miss. No, it was a ball. It's 2-2. Yeah. No outs here in the top of the second. Kennan leading off. Let's see if Aiden can find a way. That's low. 3-2. I mean, it's double headers, so just play Monday and Thursday, whatever. It doesn't matter.
That's right.
Soccer on Tuesday. Well, Kennan rips this one to center. Sims on his horse. He had to run a long ways towards the right center, but no problem for Colton out there, out number 1.
Put a charge into it. He hit it hard. Just there's no wind. The air's dead, and the ball didn't quite make it to the fence.
Mr. Ferris got us tuned in. Appreciate Bill checking in on the boys. We're in Russellville. Tim Terry, Keith Holt, glad to have you aboard here Wednesday night. This is usually Tuesday nights are conference, but the rain in the area last night, so they had to move tonight to Wednesday. And Sims brings it to Luke Brewer. Not Sims, Hips rather. Ty Hips, and it's a curveball to Luke, called strike 1. Of course, spring break next week, the boys will be in Gulf Shores. I'm not going to be able to make the trip. Strike 2 looking. So there'll be no streamer. I don't guess the stream's going to Gulf Shores. No stream in Gulf Shores. Cal's got to be fed. Brewer ripped that right back up the box, right over second base into center field, and an 0-2 base hit for Luke Brewer.
Oh, and that'll drive a coach crazy. 0-2, something over the plate.
Yep.
For a hit. Good piece of hitting by Brewer. He needed that hit, too.
Certainly did. Yes. Well, the Bulldogs have their second hit now of the night, and there's one out here. Here's Dylan Strozier, speaking of needing a hit. The Greenwood catcher, right-handed bat, Hips now from the stretch. That ball went right back up the middle, almost split the infield. Very odd. So you hear everybody say up the middle. No, that one went right up the middle.
Literally right up the middle.
First one to Strozier's a ball, a little high, 1-0.
You know, and I think this year, more than any, I think it's wide open. I think you could see that everybody splits every series, and it just be dead even if we see a ball come in there a little high.
Yep, 2-0.
But there's nobody talking about that one team. I mean, they're talking about a pitcher like Sims. You know, you got a pitcher like Kennan, but no one's saying that one team has an edge. I mean,
Inside 3-0.
You hearing about any?
No, I think Greenbrier might be that team that might have.
And they
an
just
edge.
lost. They just get beat.
I think they beat Van Buren, didn't they?
Okay, they beat Van Buren.
Because they've beaten like Conway and somebody else is pretty good in the Central Arkansas. And a called strike, 3-1. Yeah, they won 6-5 over Van Buren. Somebody was talking about these upper tier high cheese and Strozier swings and misses full count.
Oh, that'd have been good to let that go. Ball 4.
Full count now. Brewers over at first base with a 1-out single. It was Conway and somebody else. Maybe Catholic. That's supposed to be pretty good. And that was inside and high. Good job of Strozier to lay off. And a 1-out walk. 2 men on now. So Brewer moves up to second. Here's Weston Peshier.
And Pesheer's needing to get out of his funk as well. He needs a hit.
Jay Wright will come in and run for Strozier, the catcher for Greenwood. He's a courtesy runner. 1-0 Cyclones, top of the second. They got to run across Gavin Graham's leadoff double in the first. Came around to score. And that one's upstairs to Peshier. Ball 1. I don't know. He may be the last of an unbelievably long line of Peshiers out of Roger and Jerry. Tree. That one's low, 2-0. Yeah. Cousins and second cousins and third cousins. That's a long line of them. This one's Kevin's boy, right? Is this Blake's younger brother?
Yes, Kevin's boy.
Yeah. Fred, as we so faithfully call him. 2-0 the count, and Coach McCarty's out to talk to his battery, Hips and Kaufman. It's Will McCarty.
He's telling him to slow down with those strikes. I mean, he gives him a pat on the head, but you can't walk people. You got one taken from Greenwood, and Greenwood's about to, we're on the verge of breaking out.
I hope so right here. Let's see if Peshier, the DH here in game 2, can get the bat on the ball. He's going to get back out and gather. Wants a plate clean, maybe. I think home plate blues reaching for a brush. We don't have one. Nope, not even worry about it. Just go on with it. 2-0.
Yeah, seeing the plates overrated anyway.
Yeah, I mean, who needs it? Wow. So Hips is ready from the stretch. Runners at first and second for Greenwood. 1 out here, top of the second. Peshier waits. That's upstairs, 3-0. Well, 1 base left open. We can sure fill it. Peshier will step out, and Mikado says, just take it easy. Take your time. Make him hang on out there. Slow the pitcher down a bit. Hips is ready. Here it comes. Right down the middle. He's taking all the way, of course, 3-0.
Maybe you got it like this, though. You need a hit. It's 3-1 count. You know a fastball is coming.
Yeah, just sit dead red and go after it.
Just sit dead red and go after it.
Swing and a miss. He tried. He got the pitch he wanted to, I think.
This will be ball 4.
Let's hope. 3-2 to Peshier. And it's upstairs. Very good, Keith. That's why they pay him the big bucks.
Well, he did the same thing before. He overthrows that 3-2 count. He knows he's going to throw a fastball, but he just overthrows it and leaves it high. He's done that twice.
We saw Jay Wright doing that a little bit in game 1 in relief. He left some upstairs.
Yes, and a lot of times it's just the fact that you're overthrowing a little bit.
Bases loaded and 1 out. Here's Greenwood's pitcher, Austin Mitchell. Can he help himself? First pitch, hacking at it. Strike 1, swinging. Whew. He's trying to help himself. Mitchell, a right-handed bat, and a sophomore. Here it comes, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, another big hack, 0-2.
He's got to keep his front side in. He's pulling that front hip just a little bit to where it's dragging that bat across and just missing it.
0-2. And he went. Strike 3.
Plate. Yep, catcher will step on. Oh, that's just 1 out. 2 outs. That's just 2 outs. My fault.
So, 2 outs now. Mitchell went down on 3 pitches. We go to the top of the order. Come on, Skaggs. Skaggs had the only hit off of Sims in game 1. He walked to lead off this ball game and got stranded at second. Actually, he was cut down stealing. And that's upstairs, ball 1. Yeah, he was cut down stealing third base.
And Skaggs is aggressive. If he throws anything over the plate, he's going to put this in play hard.
And that was inside, 2-0. Bryce Morgan just can't wait. He's on deck. A senior had the only hit for Greenwood, or has one of the 2 hits. Here it comes. Inside. No, he gave him the black, 2-1.
Well, we talk about the pitcher working fast, but I think it's working to his detriment that he's not slowing down to throw strikes. He's rushing everything.
2-1. Oh, Skaggs went after that one, 2-2. Bases loaded here in the top of the second. Can Greenwood get a run across?
Probably going to see that little curveball right now. Start on the middle of the plate, go to the outside.
Hips brings the 2-2. And Skaggs just got a piece of it, man. That was going to be close, Keith. I don't know if he's going to call that a strike or not. But he had to foul off the trash and wait for your pitch, huh?
Yes.
Deuce is wild here in the top of the second. Bulldogs with a chance to get a lead here, at least tie it, get something in play. Come on, Skaggs. Here's the 2-2. And he got him swinging a miss. Struck him out. Oh, 2 strikeouts. Greenwood strands 3. And get nothing across. It's 1-0 Cyclones. Middle of the second inning we go. Greenwood Sports Center and live on the Sports Hog 103.5. Here at Hickey Park, Russellville, Arkansas. Tim Terry, Keith Holt, Greenwood, Russellville, doubleheader, 5A West. Bulldogs lost game 1, 3-0. Down 1-0 here in the middle of the second inning. Cyclones coming to bat. Bulldogs had the bases loaded and 1 out. Could not do anything with it.
Baby steps. We had people on base.
Yeah.
We last game we just struggled to get them there. Well, now we're getting them there. Baby steps. By next week we'll have this figured out to where we start knocking them in. And again, it's not how you start; it's how you finish.
I agree with that. You talked about the conference being wide open. We know Van Buren and Greenbrier are going to be there. Russell's going to be there. At least one of their game sims is a quality pitcher. Just got to figure out how to. It'd be nice to catch the backside of this twin bill.
You bet. A split here would be huge.
Here's Blake Dawson, their big DH, a left-handed bat. Austin Mitchell back to work for Greenwood, the sophomore up on top. And the first one's, we didn't get the A black. It was outside of this guy. That's the same pitch that was called a strike.
Well, and this is the umpire. Look at where his head is. It's on the inside of a lefty. You can't see the outside plate.
And he peeked out there and tried to call that one, but it was a ball 2, same spot.
Stros are doing a great job of framing those pitches.
Yep. 2-0. Mitchell kicks and fires. And that one's low, 3-0. Here's Mitchell, the 3-0 to Dawson. Brings it home. 4-pitch walk.
Well, that's tough because, Dawson struggled making good contact today. I don't know if he's got on base yet, but.
No, two strikeouts and a ground out.
Yeah, and then you walk him and let him out.
Well, it's tough, too, on Mitchell because for sure one of the first 2 was a strike.
Yeah, for sure. When that happens, you start trying to fine-tune it and bring it in a little bit, and it does nothing but make it worse.
Here's the Cyclone pitcher, Hips. Swinging away at the first one is fouled out over the right side dugout, first base side. Strike 1. Hips, a right-handed bat. Mitchell, the right-handed hurler for Greenwood. Starting game 2 here. Come the stretch. He'll come set up top. Take a while peeking in. Hips got time.
Playing chicken again.
Yep. Home plate blue grants it.
Coaches will do that sometimes to see if the batter's going to bunt, if his hands start to float up the bat. This
one's lifted in the air to center field. I think Nope, can't find it. The center fielder couldn't find it. Finally does. Wow, trying to make it a mystery out there. That's Brewer in center, I believe.
Yes.
It is. He's over in center field for game 2, and he went above the lights.
Got above the lights. You just got to be patient and let it come down.
Right. He finally found it and made a catch. He hasn't dropped many in his career, whatever kind of ball. There's one down here in Jackson Crane. He's their right fielder in game 2. Right-handed bat, and Mitchell's ready on top for Greenwood. Here it comes. In there for a called strike. Crane, the right-handed bat. Number 9 on the jersey. Russellville in their black tops with cyclones and red cursive on the front, white trousers. Inside, ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. Greenwood's in the navy blue tops with gray trousers. Bulldogs in gray cursive. Nike swoosh on the left collar. G on the left sleeve. Here's a 1-1 from Mitchell. Fouled out of play. This Crane went down and took a hack at that one, trying to dig it out. 1-2. Beautiful day for baseball. Wasn't a cloud in the sky. Been right around 70, low 70s the whole afternoon. Get a little chilly now. The sun's gone down. The lights are on here at Hickey. 2-1 is the count to Crane, and he swung at one way down in the dirt, and he's out. I'm sorry, 1-2, swung at that one, strikeout. I'll get it right in a minute.
You know, the feel of this game is different. The first game felt like Sims was in control, and it was going to be hard to score. It kind of feels like this game's up for grabs. It's
I
like
agree.
Who's going to take it? There's a completely different feeling offensively and defensively from our perspective.
100%. It's just who's going to get the most little seeing eye singles through somewhere in this deal.
That's right.
Here's Kaufman now. He's their catcher. With 2 outs in the bottom of the second, and fouls one straight back over the top. Steve Reich 1. I think the pitchers are pretty even here between Mitchell and Hips. 0-1 count.
Yeah, both of them like to work quick.
Yep.
Both of them rely on getting ahead with their fastball.
Here it comes from Mitchell. Took him a minute, and that bounced in. It's going to allow Dawson to head to second on the wild pitch. It's a 1-1 count.
I'd say that was probably a wild pitch, wouldn't you? I
Yes,
don't think
100%.
there's no way he could have got over there to block it.
1-1 now. Mitchell will peek back at Dawson on second. No one holding him on. Here comes home. That was fouled straight back by Kaufman again. 1-2 now. See if they can get the Russellville catcher here in this inning.
If he can throw an inside fastball, he won't be able to get his hands to it. Just need to bring the heat inside. Let's see if he sets up inside.
Mitchell's got a little heat for sure. Strozier stays
High fastball. Going to go high fastball. Hit
got
a spot.
him. Great pitch. Got him swinging. That'll do it for the Cyclones here in the second inning. Left a man on base, but there wasn't any hits and no runs. It's even more important. 1-0. Cyclones lead here after 2 full innings. 5A West baseball on Greenwood Sports Center on YouTube and the Sports Hog 103.5. We are back at Hickey Park in Russellville, Arkansas. just off of campus of Russellville High School, out beyond right field here. Tim Terry, Keith Holt, this is game 2 of this doubleheader. Russellville won 3-0 on a one-hit gem from Colton Sims, a Razorback commit for the Cyclones in game 1. Skaggs had our only hit in that one. He was the last out here in the second inning, was Braden Skaggs. So it's 2-3-4 here in the top of the third. Bryce Morgan, Harrison Adams, Brady Pettigrew.
And Morgan with our first hit of the game was a shot up the middle.
Yep.
Like I said, he's one of those, he's streaky, but, man, he goes up and takes his hacks. Yes. And when he's on, he hits the ball as hard as anyone we have.
And his first pitch swinging and hips has been throwing strikes.
There it was.
Inside black. And 0-1 to Morgan. 12-0, top of the fifth, Lady Bulldogs softball. That's upstairs. Game 2 of that twin bill. They won game 1 2-1, so Coach Saki's going to come out and with a sweep in his first conference doubleheader. Inside, 2-1.
Well, Greenwood's going to get fastballs to hit. The difference in Sims and
2-1
Hips is that the Hips is falling behind and Sims stayed ahead.
Morgan fouls that one straight back, 2-2.
You know, as a pitcher, if you can't stay ahead and hitters know fastballs are coming, it doesn't matter what level you play at.
Mm-hmm.
It gives the hitter an advantage.
Here's a 2-2 to Bryce Morgan. And that's low. 3-2. Hit the catcher on the shin guard. Or maybe home plate blue. I thought it was a catcher's shin guard. Strange. Full count. Come on, Bryce. Greenwood, second baseman. That got him right in the tushy. Can you say tushy?
You can.
Derriere.
It's one of the approved words.
Posterior regions. I like it. Hit by pitch.
And nothing worse than getting hit with ball 4 because if you just move, it's ball 4.
Yeah.
And you don't have to get hit.
Right. Especially not on the backside. Fantastic. Well, here's Harrison Adams. Again, I bet Greenwood gets a runner on base.
Nobody out.
Right.
You may see a bunt right here.
Yeah, it is. He squared, didn't get a bat on it, stayed around there.
Ooh, they're going to check that.
Surely they will. He didn't call it a strike. Shh,
no.
Be quiet.
We'll take
he called it a ball. If he was waiting for the radio guys to call it, then I wasn't going to say anything. Ball 1. Inside, ball 2. Sometimes you can hear the obnoxious fat guy say, wow, what's he doing?
And they're going to try to check it now. It's too late. No.
Yeah, a little bit too late now.
You missed your chance. Should have did the pitch before.
Right. So they've already thrown another pitch. So McCarty's got a great argument here. But nobody – you can't check it now and change it. No, I don't know what – I mean, I'm not even sure why we're talking to the field ump.
No, once that other pitch came in, that first pitch that he did win. He went on it. It's moot point.
Yeah. Coach, you should have appealed earlier. And
someone's going to tell him that here in a minute. He's going to be mad.
Right. He's going to be mad anyway. He's certainly following home plate blue to home plate and asking him about it. But, again, I mean, you should have looked up at the board because, I mean, the scoreboard operator has been Johnny on the spot with the ball count. So he would have known that it was ball 1.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, he was, yeah. And he offered it. He just missed it. He offered at it.
So this may take a second. McCarty's going to get his money's worth.
Well, of course, as a coach, he's frustrated because he missed his opportunity to check it.
Yep.
He knew he should have.
Yep.
And so now he's not only mad at the umpire, he's mad at himself, which as a coach, you can only project that anger towards somebody else.
And that's what the home plate blue is saying, you're the one that messed up. Don't yell at me. You could have appealed earlier.
That's right.
So it's 2-0. Will's going to get his last little shot in. And now I feel better because we talked about it earlier in game 1. He never came out of the dugout. It's always good for him. I mean, he's like Coach Tice from Harrison. Remember, Tice was always going to be out the numbers, at least one per game complaining. And I like Will. He's a good kid. That's inside 3-1. Or 3-0, rather.
3-0.
Yeah, Bulldogs can get something going here. Man on with nobody out. Morgan was plunked. Here's Harrison Adams with a 3-0 count. Come on. That's right down Broadway for strike 1.
Russellville fans not happy with the strike zone.
That one was right down the middle, and he called it a strike.
Well, it was right the size of a teacup.
They throw over. Greenwood's dugout getting vocal, and I believe the home plate blues fixing to He's going to let McCarty tell him one more and you're gone.
Well, somebody remind the Blue that he told him that a while ago when he was there.
Right. That's the second time he's warned him.
Yeah.
One more, maybe one more. 3-1. Here's Hips up on top. And that's inside. Oh, that called that strike. And McCarty got his job done. He took care of that one. He bought that strike. It's been a ball about 3 straight times.
Four
for
straight,
Greenwood.
yes.
So we're kind of even now. Well, that's part of the game. Well, that's fine. Full count to Harrison Adams. He rips this one to the third baseman. Diving stab. Tried to go to second. Got it. No, not in time at first base. Nice play over there from Brady at third base.
It was a nice play. Threw it from his knees. Threw a
Yes.
strike to the second baseman, trying to turn it.
5-4 for out number 1. Adams is on with the fielder's choice. It's a shame, too, because ball 4 was called a strike. Just to please
changes the game.
The home skipper. Here's Pettigrew. And that's a ball. Struck out his first time to end the first inning. Greenwood had something going. That one's up in the air. I say in the first inning. It was a caught stealing that actually was the third out.
Gosh, and let me see how many pitches.
Fouled out of play, 1-1.
Hips has got to be high on his pitch count. He's thrown a lot of pitches.
He threw over to first base like to try to get Adams. That worked earlier as Sims picked off our courtesy runner Baxley. Adams got back.
Yeah, he's already at 60 pitches in his top of the third.
There goes the runner, and he takes the base. So to second he goes. No throw from the pitcher.
They called a balk, I believe.
Well, it probably would have been a balk, yes, because he just came home and didn't throw it anywhere. But he was going to have the bag easily. Here's the 1-1. Pettigrew fouls this one out of play.
Pretty sure what happened was probably somebody yelled step off, and they always yell it when they yell it too late.
Right.
And he had already committed home, and then by the time he realized someone was running, he just didn't throw it.
1-2 count. Hips up on top. And Pettigrew just late swinging the ball. It was upstairs. Strike out, and there's 2 down. And it's Aiden Kennan. Well, let's see if Aiden can get something going here. Rocket out to center field. That made Sims work for it. Sims is shaded to left again here in this inning. That's upstairs, ball 1.
And Aiden hit stuff hard. He's hit stuff hard all year. It's been up in the air, and he's going to find a hole, and hopefully it's right now.
Here's the 1-0, and a called strike. For some reason, everybody's got interest in this game all of a sudden. So there's chirping from both dugouts, both crowds.
Yeah, woke everybody up.
I guess so. 1-1 the count.
I think the nice weather would have done that.
Right. And tipped foul straight back to Kennan. 1-2, and Hips is ahead. Brewer will come run down the foul ball. He's on deck if Kennan can extend the at-bat here. It's 1-0 Russellville, top of the third. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Aiden Kennan. The ball's a chop towards the third baseman. He'll wait. On a bounce across the diamond, no problem. Kennan goes down. That's 5-3 on the putout. Greenwood had no hits. They left a man on base. And no runs. 1-0. Russellville leads in the middle of the third inning. We'll stay right here.
Well, we talked about baby steps and, kind of tongue-in-cheek, but I'm glad we're getting guys in scoring position, but now we need that big hit. And
McCarty's back out working the officials over. I think he got his point across, and let's see if home plate blue says one more time. This will be the third warning. I'm not sure what else he can get from the home plate blue except for, do you not think he pulled the bat back? And home plate blue might say, I don't think that he did because I didn't call it a strike.
Well, the catcher rose up because it was a higher pitch.
Right.
The catcher kind of rose up to field the bunt, and then he missed the bunt. So I don't think he saw it either. But, again, I think that the umpire in the field was waiting to call it a strike.
And the catcher should have asked for help.
The catcher should have asked for help. That's right.
Kaufman should have said,
Nobody did.
Yep.
That falls back on Russellville not being – they should have, right when that happened, immediately, don't throw another pitcher, do anything until we know, did he go or did he not?
Right.
So I don't know what he's arguing about.
I don't know either. Home Plate Blues about had enough, too. I'm not sure what. As Home Plate Blues heading over to do the fence.
And McCarty's pointed a couple times at our dugout, and what he may be saying is maybe somebody from our dugout yelled when he went or something.
Could be.
On the balk.
Could be. They're still jawing. Well, I tip my hat to Home Plate Blue. He sure survived a lot longer than I would have let him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's not a conversation. Your job is to call the game, not have a conversation.
Right, absolutely. Well, here's Mason Brady.
He does have a brush.
Hey, all right. That's the first time we've cleaned the plate off this afternoon, either game.
Well, maybe he'll realize it's not 16 inches wide.
Or a teacup. It was like a teacup. That's all we could see.
17 inches wide.
Mason Brady, he is their third baseman. A right-handed bat. First pitch swing, and this one's a mile in the air. Mitchell says, I got it, comes off the bump, and makes the catch. Don't see a whole lot of pitchers doing that, but I like him taking this position over.
Him being an outfielder helps. You
Yep.
got to trust him. It would have been Harrison was coming in full speed, and although you tell your pitchers let someone else catch it, that would have been a tough catch for Harrison.
So one down, one pitch. Here's the top of the order, Gavin Graham. He scored the only run here to start off the bottom of the first for Russellville. He's their left fielder. And the first one's in there called strike.
You see kind of Austin settle in and get in a rhythm, and he looks more comfortable.
He kicks and fires the 0-1. That's upstairs. 1-1. 1-0. Cyclones lead.
And Graham was knocked on the door a couple times.
Yep.
Bases loaded, runner at second.
Mm-hmm. Over below, 2-1. Gavin Graham, right-handed bat for Russellville. Chopper towards short. Nice Sunday hop in there for Adams. And over to first, out number 2. Nice. 6-3 on the put out. Here's Gabriel Ellison. Shortstop. Made a really clutch double off in the first game. Really saved Sims. That ball got over his head. It was going to be out, and some momentum going Greenwood's way. It's going to be a nice rally. But he climbed the ladder way up and snagged the line drive. First one to him is outside, ball 1.
Oh, I thought that was a strike.
It's close. Mitchell in behind his glove. Swing and a miss. 1-1 to Gabe Ellison. He's our shortstop. Two outs here in the bottom of the third. Mitchell kicks and fires. Called strike. Good pitch. Uh-oh. Whoa.
I mean, someone yelled, call it both ways, but they are. He's about 68% on his correct strike calls, but he's been 68% for everybody.
Yes, I agree with that. 1-2. And swing and a miss. Strozier's got to throw down to complete the strikeout. And he gets him just in time.
And as a parent, when you argue at the umpire for not calling strikes, then what do you say when your kid swings at one that's 1.5 feet outside?
I'm not sure.
It's not the umpire's fault.
Right? I agree. Quick inning that time, 3 up, 3 down for Mitchell. Home Plate Blues to come back and talk to a parent.
He needs to have a water. He needs to get
and maybe say the same thing to that guy you just said. 1-0. Russellville leads. Let's take a timeout. It's Greenwood Sports Center and the Sports Hog 103.5. Back here at Hickey Park. Man, a lot of fun here. Always good times coming to Russellville.
Yeah, two competitive groups, and
yeah,
you throw a little gasoline on the fire, it usually tends to spread.
Right? Absolutely. Got a home plate blue that I think he may be running for office.
I'm just glad everybody up here in the press box gets along.
We're good people. We all get along. We're all Tech alum. Come on. And a cop's even a good guy. There's police in here. That's why we're keeping our cool.
We keep our cool anyway.
That's right. Luke Brewer's going to lead it off for Greenwood, the top of the fourth. First one's in the dirt, ball one. Strozier and Pashier also scheduled to hit in this inning. Strozier's out on deck. Pashier's the DH. Haven't seen him peek out yet, but Brewer's 1-0 is inside a little high. And somebody back here, I'm not sure what the guy's looking at, but he's not far off the plate. He sure is angry. 2-0. And see, that one has been called a strike for them a lot.
Because the dad yelled the pitch before?
100%.
That's why that one's a ball.
I guarantee if he hadn't said that a while ago,
Yes.
that would have been a strike.
Because he'll show him who's boss.
Because I even wrote down a strike, and it was 3-0. And that's right down the middle. 3-1. Sure, yeah, it is. It's a bad feeling because you know an umpire can for sure take over a baseball game. And that's a ball four. Luke Brewer on base. 3-1. He walked him. Well, here is Dylan Strozier now. I think I like an honest man.
Yes.
Just said, was that not a strike? That's all he asked. And the Blue shook his head no because the guy's standing on first with a walk. There's a bunt down for Strozier down the first baseline, and the tag is applied. Moves the runner up, so the sacrifice is good. And Strozier just get a bat on the ball is good enough.
It's a good bunt.
What is Brewer doing out there running around like a crazy man? Just get on the base. Yeah, sack bunt, out number one. And it is Pashier. To bat here, he walked. His first time up game two. One down here. Greenwood again with someone in scoring position. They've had runners at second. I guess every inning had a runner at third. There's a little slow roller to short. Gobbled up by Ellison. Good job across the diamond. I like this kid at short. 6'3" on the putout.
Smooth, good-looking kid.
Yes. Brewer is up to third, and here's Austin Mitchell. Again, a chance for the pitcher to help himself out, get something in fair ground and in play in the outfield, and Brewer can get home. 2 outs. And Hips up on top brings it home. That's outside, ball one. Surely guy didn't think that was a strike.
And we're slowly marking our way around the bases. We just get them all the way.
Yeah, we can't get that last 90 feet. Inside, ball two.
It almost hit him.
Here's a 2-0. Hips kicks and fires. And that one is just high. I think we all can agree on that one.
And I haven't talked to any of the guys up here from Russellville. I don't know how much pitching Russellville has, but they've had a long leash with Hips, and I'm assuming the pitching is not deep because I don't see anybody up, and he's at well over 70 pitches already.
3-1's the count now to Mitchell. And he went on high cheese. It went to the backstop. Mitchell's got to get to first just in time. They threw down.
It was only strike two.
It was just strike two. So it's full count now.
So if you're on base and you see that, you got to be ready to go.
I'm not sure where Mikado's going. Yeah. Full count, 2 down. Austin Mitchell, the pitcher's on mano-a-mano here. Hips up on top. Russellville leads 1-0, top of the fourth. And he got him, swinging. Second time Mitchell's gone down swinging here in game two. Well, we left a man on base, but still cannot get anyone across. Brewers over at third. It's 1-0. Russellville leads here in game two of this 5A West doubleheader. Middle of the fourth inning. We'll stay right here. 13-0 was the final in 5 innings. Lady Bulldogs win game two in softball and sweep the Lady Cyclones. It's getting chippy here at Hickey Park.
Well, if this were a boxing match, what you'd see is they kind of hang out the ropes for a little bit, And then all of a sudden they just get in the middle and just start duking it out.
Yeah.
And then they kind of set back a little bit, and then it's the fans are involved. Both sets are being a little bit chirpy. I love it. It's fun, but we're up here. We can't really hear anything.
I know.
Except this dad in front of us that said that the strike zone is the size of a teacup.
Right. He's been pretty good about – he's consistent because he's for sure complained about every call that didn't go Russellville's way.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that.
Mitchell's done well. He's filled up the zone. He's kept them to one hit. They've got one run on one hit. That was in the first inning. So Mitchell's doing his job. Greenwood's just got to get behind him, start putting the ball in play with runners in scoring position.
That's it. It's all about hitting, Keith. We've talked about it till we're blue in the face. And you hope to – I don't know what remedy there might be, what lurks in the dugout. I know at some point you got to get somebody up there that can hit. And we've got to find that remedy, especially when you get the second guy on the second half of the doubleheader. And now McCarty comes out, and we're fist bumping home plate blue. So all is well. We've extended an olive branch. It's all unicorns and rainbows from here on out.
Well, Greenwood's team batting average is a shade below 140, and that's not good. I'm not very good math, but out of 10 at bats, that means you're getting 1.5 hits.
Yes. Yep, that won't get you very far in high school baseball as far as postseason goes or anywhere else. Mitchell back to work. Sims' first one's a grounder to second, gobbled up by Morgan, and Sims is out 4-3. And no peace signs for that one. Just first pitch swinging and hit the dugout. It's 1-0 Cyclones. Rollins is one of their arms. This Booker kid is an arm as well for Russellville, what I'm being told. So they've got a couple of seniors that have arms that can come in and help.
Well, good.
Mitchell now looking at Booker, beg your pardon. Called strike to him. Struck out, swinging his last time up.
And I've watched Hibbs for a long time. I think Dawson used to play with him. I just think he's having an off day. He may not be, but he's just not as consistent as I remember.
1-1 as that one's in the dirt. Here it comes to Booker. This one's laced.
Oh, that's double.
Yep, that's trouble into the right center gap. And in the mud they slide. Brewer's going to field it, and it's a one-out double for Shane Booker.
That was a good piece of hit and just set it on a fastball over the middle of the plate. What was the count?
It was 1-1.
Yep, good piece of hitting by Booker.
So Blake Dawson, now their DH will come up, and he walked his last time up. And Keith, you talked about it. The guy hadn't got close to getting on, and you can't walk that guy. So hopefully Mitchell can come at him.
That's right.
Of course, he looks like a guy that can put one of the cheap seats, too.
He's a big kid. He is.
One down here, man at second for Russellville. They've got something going here in the bottom of the fourth, leading 1-0. Mitchell checks the runner. One more peek back, and now comes home. And that was fouled the other way, out of play by Dawson.
See, he's late on the fastball, and, if that's the case, just keep getting further in on his hands.
One strike to Blake Dawson. Mitchell ready from the stretch up on top. Comes set, looks out at second base, peeks a second time, and comes home. Again, fouled out, same spot from Dawson.
Yeah, maybe Strozer can pick up his thumbs. That came right in off at the handle.
Mikado brings the ball into home plate blue. 0-2 the count. I don't know how to do it, or I push strike here on the scoreboard.
+1.
Mitchell, he's ready. And he swings at high cheese for a strikeout. So there's 2 down now. And Ty Hips, the Russellville pitcher, will get a chance to help himself out now. Booker, at second base. The Hips wanting to swap spots with him. Flied out to center field his first time up in the second. Here's 2 outs and pitcher on pitcher here. Mitchell kicks and fires. Outside to Hips, ball 1.
And that's the slider. That's the same pitch that Jerica had that made him so successful. It wasn't just that he had velocity, is that he could throw that slider whenever he wanted on that outside part of the plate. And when Mitchell masters that, he'll be one of the best in the state.
Here comes the 1-0 in there for a called strike. Right at the teacup. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
Oh, I get it. The teacup, the zone.
You're right.
Yep,
Yeah.
I got it.
1-1 the count. Here's Mitchell. Checks on the runner. That's Booker. And comes home with it. That ball's hit a mile high. It's in play. Adams is over looking for it at third base area. Makes the grab from his shortstop position. And that'll do it for Russellville in the 4th inning. There was 1 hit, no runs, 1 man left on base. And a pop out to the shortstop. Well, we played 4 innings. Russellville 1, Greenwood 0. It's game 2 of this 5A West doubleheader. We'll take a timeout. Greenwood Sports Center online and the Sports Hog 103.5. We are back here at Hickey Park, 5A West.
Okay, the script has flipped. We talked about how Sims kept his pitch count low. Mitchell's at 53, and Hips is at 80 pitches. So, Greenwood's done a good job of working the counts this time. Instead of being so aggressive and keeping the pitch count low, as we see Hips deliver the first one inside, and it's just he's leaving everything inside.
And this is the top of the order to Skaggs with a 1-ball count. Walked and struck out. That's a strike, 1-1. Skaggs is in a 1 hole. He's a left fielder. Need him to get a bat on the ball, get something going here. Bulldogs running out of outs. That's fouled out of play off to the right side, 1-2.
And I'm going to say this, and I hope I don't jinx him. If you will, he can.
Well, you will, because everything you've said has been a jinx.
He just doesn't strike out. He puts the ball in the play. Now, it's not all the time barreled up hard somewhere,
right,
but he'll make a defense have to throw him out at first base.
Here's the 1-2 to Skaggs. There's a chopper to third, gobbled up by Brady, and booted, throw in the dirt. And there you go, Keith. You asked for it.
Well, that's what he does. I mean, and that's when you do that, it makes the defense have to catch it and throw you out, and the third baseman has an error.
Well, I mean, luckily for you, he struck out in the 2nd inning, so we had that out of the way.
That's right. Oh, did he? I even missed that. I even said he never strikes out. Look at that. Maybe that's his first of the year, I'll bet.
Maybe. Well, here's Bryce Morgan, the senior, in the spot again. Bulldogs with a leadoff man on. Swinging, Morgan rips one to center. That's down for a single. As Sims had to come way in on it. He was playing real deep. And here again we go with first and second batters on. Just like in the 1st inning, Bulldogs could get nothing else going.
Now, I would be completely shocked if he doesn't bunt regardless of the count here. I mean, unless it gets, of course, 3-0 or 2 strikes. I just can't imagine Mercado not bunting and putting 2 runners in scoring position.
Didn't do it the last time that Adams was in this spot. Let's see. He squared. The bunt's down, and it's going to be foul down the first base side, so they'll have to come back and do it again. Strike 1. Adams struck out and reached on a fielder's choice so far here in game 2. Harrison's the shortstop. He had a pretty good day over on the field. Infield's going to come in and talk to Hips for Russellville. We'll thank all of our sponsors down the line for getting us on the air here. Plenty of time to join the party. Yeah, tell all your friends if you got a business out there you'd like to get some advertising. give me a call. Coach Mikado, call the school, ask for him. Tamara Morgan, if you know her number. I'm not giving it out on the air, but yeah, fire away. And did he pull back? Home plate blue looked to the first base dugout.
He's going to check.
And he's going to say
yes.
He did not pull back. So 0-2. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
It's that easy. That would have saved a whole lot of headache and McCarty losing a couple of hairs over there.
Should have been done the first
time.
time.
And then the guy in the field would have went just like that. Either way, it's 0-2 to Adams. Let's see if he keeps the bunt on. He doesn't. This one's lifted in the air to center. Sims drifting a long way over. He will make – no, he dropped it. Sims dropped it out there, and everybody's going to be safe. Oh, baby. They're going to send the runner home. Skaggs on his horse, and he's safe at home. Oh, baby. An error out in the center from Sims. And all the way around scoring from second is Skaggs. Wow, what a break for Greenwood.
Wow, and you know I'm a big fan of Lady Karma.
Yep.
And after everybody talking about, you know, Sims shushing the coach and doing all that stuff.
Yep. Wow. Amazing. I mean, you didn't see the inside track of game one, but there was some extracurricular stuff going on that the Bulldogs thought Sims was being a little bit over arrogant maybe, and maybe rightly so he could be, but and so everybody had a bad taste in their mouth, and obviously he's gone out, strike out, ground out, and then boots that one, and Greenwood's right back in this thing with no outs.
He was ready to throw the runner out at
yes.
third. That's what he was trying to do. So he messed up by he was looking at the runner. He was ready to
running before he caught it.
Yes, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
He was throwing the ball before he caught it.
Yep. Yeah, to use the football analogy, he was turning to run, and he did. It came right out of his glove, and I hate it for the kid. But we sure like it as Bulldog fans, and they're tied at 1 now. Skaggs, a great bit of base running, was on his horse.
Never slowed down.
Nope. 1-1 count to Pettigrew. Now let's see if Pettigrew can get a bat on it. Come on, Brady. We got to have you. Swing and a miss.
Now,
Boy,
the only thing I would say, Morgan should have been halfway. He should have been at least three-quarters. So when it hit, he should be on third base right now.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But he went back to – I think he was thinking he might tag too.
Yep, I agree. Here's the 1-2 to Pettigrew. Way upstairs. 2-2.
What do you call a high curveball? I mean, catcher was set up high. I mean, who swings at a high curveball?
Well, he's swung at high stuff pretty regularly, but fastballs. Let's see the 2-2 is to Pettigrew. And that one just almost hit him. 3-2. Of course, curveball. I don't think it looked like it was a little high.
Yeah, I thought it was way. Look where his foot is, and that thing almost hit him.
Yep. Full count to Pettigrew. Don't ask for a walk. Let's go. Be aggressive. He was and fouled it out of play. I like that. From Big Brady Pettigrew. 99. Tied at 1 here in top of the fifth. Bulldogs have something brewing here with runners at first and second, nobody out. Pettigrew's in the 4-hole. And swing and a miss. He wears a collar. That's 3 strikeouts here in game 2. And McCarty's heading to the mound. It may be all for Mr. Ty Hips, as he knows Aiden Kennon's coming to bat, and Aiden's way due. Well, we'll
93 pitches.
Yep.
So looks like someone's ready to come in.
That'll be all. Booker's probably going to get his.
Yeah, new first baseman
stuff.
Walked in. That's right.
So we're probably going to see Booker, who was at first base, Shane Booker, and that's Big Blake Dawson, who was the DH, is now going to be at first base. And then Hips will head out to right field where he was. And where will Crane go? No, Hips is going to second. Okay. Oh, yeah, and John Reed will come out. All right, Reed was not in the batting order, playing second. So Hips goes to second. Booker's going to go pitch, and the DH goes to third, and Dawson. Or goes to first, as I'm writing the 3 down for his position. Well, Bulldogs finally break through the run here in the top of the 5th. Skaggs reached on an error just to get there and then scored on an error. So there's been 2 errors in the inning. The first baseman dropped the ball as he hit, I believe it was to third base. And the first baseman dropped it, couldn't get the short hop dug out. Bryce Morgan singled, moved Skaggs to second. And then Harrison Adams hit a big shot out to center to where Colton Sims, who's signed to pitch for the Hogs, not play center field. He was looking to throw and try to gun down the runner at third because he knew that Skaggs was going to be tagging.
That's right. And when he took his eyes off the ball for just that split second, caused him to drop it. And, again, I think things happen.
Yeah, sure.
And you don't know. I didn't see any of that. I know we
You're
saw
right.
the shush on the live stream and stuff.
Right.
But just stuff like that. That's why you stay with yourselves, your
Yep.
team.
Yeah.
You focus on that because when things don't happen, then it's that magnified.
Right. So Skaggs scored on that error. So he reached on an error, and then he scored on an error. Adams was safe at first. So now here we are with Harrison at first. Bryce Morgan still at second. He moved up on the fielding gaff as well, up to second base. Pettigrew just struck out. And Booker, who is getting loose, and Kennan's ready to get the box. So we'll see if a change in pitcher changes the Cyclones' luck here in the game number 2. They scored one in the first, a leadoff double from Graham, and he came around to score. And let's see if Kennan can come in clutch. This is what Kennan gets paid the big bucks for right here. He's over 2 in game 2. Here's the first one. Is right down the middle, swinging away and fouled it out of play, strike 1.
And that'll drive a coach crazy. You get in, you see a first pitch fastball, and you're just late on it.
Mm-hmm. 0-1 to count to Aiden Kennan.
But Aiden's another one of those that he'll put off speed and play, and that's all we're looking at.
Yep. And there's one called inside black. That's the 50-50 ball that we've had some complaints about all night.
Really? 50-50, or would you say 60-40?
It depends on who's pitching.
70-30?
70-30. 0-2 either way to Kennan. He's got to protect now with one out here in the top of the 5th. And he got him. Same pitch. Just couldn't find it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 3 pitches. And Luke Brewer now, he's our last hope in the 5th. Well, you talked about the baby steps, Keith.
we keep getting them on base. Yes, we got a run in. We got somebody to cross. Mind you, they helped us a little bit. That's fine. We'll take it.
Yep. Let's see if Luke can get on. He's got a single and a walk. He's 1 for 1 here in game 2. It's outside, ball 1. But
it goes back that error score too. You know, we talk about walks always scoring, but that was that throw from the third baseman that was a bad throw.
Yep,
they always score.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing. Here's a 1-0 to Luke Brewer, the senior, right-handed batting center fielder for Greenwood. Swinging a miss and a good pitch right down the middle. Oh.
Now, earlier on his hit, he kept it short, compact, and took his bat to the ball, and he didn't do too much. That swing, he was trying to do too much. We need him to do what he did earlier, just put that ball right to the right side.
That's upstairs, 2-1. Luke Brewer.
Well, and that'll drive an umpire crazy. That ball was closer.
Yep.
That catcher came up, and that'll drive an umpire crazy when the catcher makes it look a certain way.
Right. Here's the 2-1. Way outside, 3-1. Like to see Brewer stay positive and aggressive here. Don't look to walk. Find you one and rip it right here, Luke. 3-1 to count. 2 outs. Tied at 1 here in the top of the 5th.
We'll take a double.
Yeah, runners on first and second. Here's Shane Bookers. Offering, swing and a miss. Struck him out in order.
No, that's just strike 2.
Oh, my bad. That is strike 2. I got ahead of myself.
It's okay.
Full count. One more chance
This
for
is
Brewer.
either a walk, a hit, or a strikeout right here.
Wow. That is great analysis. Here's the payoff pitch. Runner's going to get on their horses early here.
Try to keep it real.
Yep, and Booker brings it. High cheese. Now he struck him out. Struck out 3 in a row. That's a nice bit of relief work. Actually, 2 batters is all he faced. Kennan and Brewer struck them out. Greenwood left 2 on. There was 2 errors. There was 1 hit, a run scored. We're tied at 1 through 4.5 as the Cyclones come to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll stay right here, Keith.
I mean, we can talk. We're going to sound like a broken record. Greenwood's got to hit the ball with the runners on base.
Right.
I mean, strikeouts. You know, you see what happens when Skaggs puts the ball in play.
Yep.
You know, something good can happen. And if you strike out, there's nothing can happen. You take it completely out of your hands. So, Greenwood's just got to figure out how to get out there, and we will. I mean, it's early in the season.
Right.
It's a beautiful day for baseball, but, yeah, Greenwood will figure it out. I think going down and playing in the sun down in Gulf Shores, and you're playing different teams, it's funny because I think at our complex, I think Southside's down there, Northside, Van Buren, those other schools are all down there playing baseball. But you get to see other people, and you go down and work on some things that's going to make you better.
Yeah, thank you.
Tim and his Uncrustables.
Well,
it's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
No. I tell you, it's grape jelly. It's good. It's even better that the AD said it was a hospitality room. And Johnny didn't even know that our own parents brought that to us.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Oh, it was good. Uncrustable.
Well, now what Greenwood's got to do is we kind of flip the script a little bit. We had some runners in scoring position. We need to get 3 up, 3 down, and go in and keep hitting and get guys on base. It's getting late in the game. Everybody gets antsy when it's late in the game and it's a tied ball game. But it may be whoever's the next one that scores wins.
Here's their 7-hole, Jackson Crane. He struck out his first time up. Mitchell's still working for Greenwood. This one's a foul to straight back, strike 1. That was a good pitch from Mitchell. You talked about him coming up on 60 pitches. I think you said he had 58.
Yes.
Here's the 0-1. That's a ball chopper to Pettigrew at third. He gobbles across the diamond. No problem for Saki. 2 pitches. 5-3 on the putout. And here comes Peyton Kaufman, now their catcher.
He's at 55 pitches, so he's doing well. He's keeping the pitch count low, getting people to offer it balls early in the count.
1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Mitchell back to work. And that's a low ball.
We talked about a split would be awesome to come into Russellville and end up getting a split.
I'll have to see if I can get some royalties from Uncrustables. We're making a hit. 1-1 Mitchell. Foul back by Kaufman. 1-2.
I know I've got 2 boxes that's been in my freezer for a couple months that I'll bring you. Let them thaw them out, and you can have them.
Well, that was Jimmy Wright, the third. Just texted me there, so they have more. But I'm good. I think I've got 1 more left up here in my pouch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Low, 2-2 now to the Russellville catcher, Peyton Kaufman. Peyton struck out to end the 2nd inning here in Game 2. He's over 1. We're tied at 1. A couple of errors on Russellville looming large. And they will be large if Greenwood can win this game. Full count, that one's high.
He knows when Mitchell misses, he doesn't just miss, he misses bigger than normal. And that's something that'll come with more experience. And as he gets older, which he see him strike him out with a strikeout swing, and he's just only going to keep getting stronger. And I know me and you liked him a lot at Van Buren last year.
Yes.
With his not his pitching as much as his
composure.
composure.
Is unbelievable. And Strozier was a man back there that kept him kept him focused.
That's
in
right.
there. It was amazing.
It was nice to watch.
2 outs. Here's Mason Brady. And that's over but low. Ball 1 to their third baseman, right-handed bat.
I'll say that 1 down would definitely be the batter because there have been at least 3 down.
This one's lifted foul to the right side. Saki going to go. Willie Mays couldn't get there. Try to go over the shoulder, running after it, and it falls for strike 1. No, we've had 3 Uncrustables down.
Yes.
There's only 1. There's 2 batters down, and there are 2 outs here in the
That's right.
5th. 1 hot dog down. 3.
Did you count 4? Oh, 5.
1 ball, 1 strike. There's another strike. 1 and 2. I want to go to the exhibit A here, Your Honor. Come on, Mitchell, get out of this deal. 1 and 2. He did swing and a miss.
Atta,
1,
baby.
2, 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. They go in order here in the bottom of the 5th. Well, this one's it's never easy. This baby is gonna come down to the last strike. I can feel it already. We'll take a break here in the 5th inning stretch as the Bulldogs and the Cyclones are knotted at 1 apiece here. Game 2 of this 5A West doubleheader. It's Greenwood Sports Center online and the Sports Hog 103.5. Should be getting out of church by now, so welcome back to the broadcast. Greenwood lost game 1 3-0. Colton Sims, a one-hit gem for the Cyclones, the Razorback commit. Skaggs had her only hit. And then here in the game 2, Greenwood's been a little more fortuitous. Had a lot of traffic on the base paths, but only got 1 run across. Here we are, top of the 6th. We're tied at 1. And it's Shane Booker again, who's in relief here. Back to work. Faced 2 batters in the bottom of the 5th, struck them out, with the Bulldogs having runners in scoring position. And that one was called strike 1. It was way outside the teacup. 0-1 to Strozier. Nobody out here, just going underway in the top of the 6th. Booker. It's ball 1, a little high.
When you see a lot of umpires set up like this on the right-handed batter, he's looking over the left shoulder, and he misses that outside pitch.
Yep.
He won't follow it across the plate. He stays on that side, and it may be a ball off.
1-1, and that is ball 2. Dylan Strozier still looking for his first hit of the year. Had a sac bunt in the 4th, moved the runner up, moved Brewer up, walked in the 2nd. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Greenwood catcher. See if Strozier can get one on it. And lifted foul. Out of play right side, 2-2. I see some Lady Bulldogs softball players that made their way over to watch the guys. Not sure who they are, but always a good Bulldog family. Got state championship ring fund for the girls basketball team down at Farmers Bank. Just go down there and say, hey, I want to put some money in the Greenwood Basketball Booster Club Fund. And they'll put it in there for you. We appreciate all donations for the success of our girls basketball team. Clay Reeves, the 6th title at Greenwood. Here's the 2-2. Hey, Strozier got a nice one and 8 Ellison up. Does he have time to gather? He throws over, but not in time. Strozier rumbling down the line. He'll reach on the error.
Now, which girls will you see come from basketball to softball?
Maddie Cartwright for sure. Macy Cutsinger, both. Cutsinger's going to play college ball. Cartwright will be there. I don't know about Sexton if she plays softball. I don't think Summit's playing softball this year. So those 2 for sure. The only ones I'm 100% sure will go over.
I don't think the shortstop realized how quick that ball got on him because he picked it up and then kind of double pump before he went.
Ball 1 to Bashir, who squared the bunt, and I believe he pulled back in time. Didn't hear anything from the peanut gallery, so I guess he did. Jay Wright will courtesy run for Strozier over at first. Man on with no out. That time he did not. They're going to throw back and nearly get Wright, who's lollygagging back in, standing up, 1-1. Need him to have a little more urgency getting back to the bag. That's Jimmy the 4th.
Well, you anticipate the bunt getting down, especially when you see him start to offer. Mm-hmm. He's leaning towards second, and then he misses the bunt.
1 ball, 1 strike from Booker. Here it comes to Bashir. And low, 2-1. I'm trying to work on my calling the baseball skills a little better because I sometimes get ahead of myself when I call the game. So I've learned to wait on the umpire. like that one is low, 3-1. Some umps have that delayed comeback, and then,
yes,
what's his boy, Cates? He does a good job of making you earn it. Here's a 3-1, but he's a great umpire. There goes the runner. That's in there for a called strike, and Jimmy Wright's safe. Good job from Jay on his horse out there. We've got a full count, but a man over at second now with nobody out. And a chance for Weston Pashier. Right-handed bat. Booker checks the runner, comes home with it. And that is outside, ball 4. Good job from Pashier. He will walk. And in the pitcher's spot, we're going to have a pinch hitter. That's Dawson Holt coming up, number 21. He's a junior, right-handed bat. So that's all we've seen for Austin Mitchell now, I guess. As Holt's going to come in and bat for Mitchell. Coach Mercado giving him little extra tips. So no pressure here, Keith.
Well, you'd think that
just
keep
your
the pitcher
son.
in. Well, you get the pitcher in if you're going to bunt. If you're bringing in a kid to hit, let him hit and see what
True.
happens.
I agree with that.
But
yep.
I also want to see those 2 runs
Moved
get in.
up, yep. And Holt may be a better bunter than Mitchell. Let's see what happens. He's swinging away, and that's ball 1. Good eye from Doc Holt. Big spot here for Holt. He'll step out of the box as Mikado runs through the signs. 1 ball, no strike to Dawson Holt.
He's got some speed. You may see him lay down a drag bunt.
Runners at first and second get their lead. Oh, and a nice hack from Holt. Couldn't get the bat on the ball in 1-1.
Yeah, he was swinging hard on that one. He knows when you see a fastball, make the most of it.
Shane Booker trying to get out of this jam in the top of the 6th. That's in the dirt. He got away from the catcher. Runner's going to move up. Jay Wright on his horse over to third. Pashier scurries into second. 2 balls, 1 strike. And now Holt can really pay some dividends with something in fair play.
Now, to me, this is a hitter's dream.
Right.
Nobody out. Hit it deep or to the right side. We always like deep.
Just get a bat, something hard.
Infield's in.
2-1 count. Hitters count. Come on, Doc. See what you got, brother. Time to shine. Here it comes.
Oh, that was it.
And a called strike on the outer half. 2-2 now. Carly Sexton does play softball. Thank you very much. So here we go. Another chance for Holt. Bucher will clean the ball off. Come out of the stretch. Second and third for Greenwood. Here comes to Doc Holt. 2-2. And he just got a piece to stay alive. Whew. A little curveball. That thing was dancing around. 2-2.
Yeah, but that's what we tell the kids is you see a curveball and it may not even be close to the zone. If it fools you, foul it. Just foul it off and get another pitch. You live to play another day. 2
balls, 2 strikes. Field ump asking for time. He's going to come in and talk to the pitcher.
He's licking his fingers. He's got to wipe it off.
Oh, okay.
That's what he's telling him.
Gotcha. Yep. So there's that. The old Vaseline ball.
Bardall.
Rub a little jalapeno in your nose. 2-2 is the count. Holt right back up the box into center field. That's going to score 2. Oh, baby, what a job from Doc Holt. A pinch hit, single, and 2 RBI. And Greenwood's up 3-1 now. Oh, baby. Just in time to make old Pops happy up here.
I got to have some Holt that can hit a baseball. There's got to be one of them out there, right?
There's 1 and there's 2. There's really 3 now, I guess. Dawson's made his appearance. Good job, Doc Holt with 2 RBIs and a single. And Greenwood now up 3-1. Huge moment here in this ball game. Still nobody out in the top of the order in Braden Skaggs. And he lifts this one foul out of play.
So as a base runner, you look at the pitcher's leg. If you call it a 1, 2, or 3. If he's quick, he's a 1, 2. If his leg goes up, this kid's a 3 with his leg kick. This means Dawson, as soon as that leg lifts up, he's got to go. I mean, you can almost steal on this guy.
There's no possible way I could steal on this guy.
If his leg goes all the way up.
If he bowled it to the plate, I couldn't make it.
Ready?
Here's the 0-1.
Go. There you go.
There he went. And the ball's to the backstop, and Holt will take second base easy.
Peyton's told me at Crowder that's what the call. They have a call if a pitcher's a 1, 2, or 3. A 3 is anybody goes. The problem is you hardly ever see a 3 because they know that. They know that if high leg kick, they're going to steal on you. You try to keep it somewhere between a 1 and a 2.
Shane Booker asks for a new baseball, and he gets it. 3-1 Greenwood here in the top of the 6th. Dawson Holt out at second base with an RBI right back up the box. We talked about Brewers earlier splitting the field. That thing did about the same thing, went right back up the pitcher's path.
And he didn't do too much. Like the first swing was hard. He just tried to put it in play.
And that one's skied out of play. Off with the helmet goes Kaufman, but he will run out of room. And Skaggs will have a 1-2 count now with Bryce Morgan lurking on deck, the senior second baseman. Greenwood in a great spot right here to get a split. If they can just keep on rattling the bats, no outs. Bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9 came through. And that's what wins you state championships and clutch baseball games, Keith. We've talked about the bottom of the order for, 10 years now?
Oh, you bet.
That's a curveball stayed upstairs.
Yeah, you don't win them at the top. You win them at the bottom.
Yep.
You got to have guys that can get on base, and it's always the unsung guys that, maybe a guy that's batting 200, 250, and he comes through and has a 3-for-3 game. I mean, you've got to have the guys at the bottom produce.
Here's Skaggs, a 2-2 from Booker. Outside, full count.
Oh, I see. I'd also tell Dawson if a pitcher ever just looks at you once, gives you a perfect opportunity to bounce, go, and steal third. Third's the easiest base to steal out of them.
Full count now to Braden Skaggs.
See, right now, bounce.
And swing, and this one's just pulled foul down the left side. Full count again, and home plate Blues out of balls.
We haven't talked about the decision of Mercado to put Dawson out there. That's pretty big. You've got Austin, who's not doing bad. He's put the ball in play hard.
Yep.
He's pitching good.
The count's low.
His pitch count's low. So I think it's huge that Coach saw something in Dawson in practice and stuff that said, look, this moment is I'm going to put him in there and give him a chance.
That's right. Well, he came through. That's good. Full count. And that's low, and he walked him. Great at-bat from Braden Skaggs. And that's got McCarty on his horse. He's coming out of the dugout quickly. And we have seen all of Shane Booker as Greenwood now has runners at first and second. 3-1 lead, nobody out. Top of the 6th. Crunch time, and let's see where Coach McCarty is going to go this time.
I don't think you bunt him at all. I think Morgan's hot enough, and he's a senior. You let the senior swing. If it's a freshman, sophomore, maybe you bunt him over. But go ahead.
Ryan Rollins. Go ahead, Keith.
I just say I think that let the senior swing. Now here's what also I know when a new pitcher comes in the middle of an inning, it's the perfect time to do a double steal. Y'all usually catch them off guard the first pitch. They never want to pick the first pitch. Never want to do the inside move. So now's the perfect time to possibly do a double steal.
Well, this is Rollins coming into pitch. I didn't see who ran off. It was a 20 number.
Maybe
Mason from third base. Mason Brady came out from third base. They're going to move Booker to third and then bring in the new pitcher, Rollins. So Rollins will take Brady's spot in the 9-hole for now. Huge moment right here for Greenwood. Can they keep this no-out rally going? 2 across on a humongous pinch hit single, 2 RBI for Doc Holt. Sure made old man happy. I know that for sure. A lot of hours. You like to see him pay off in a pivotal game like this, Keith. We may look back in the end of April, and say, man, that split at Russellville got us in here.
The tough part about, I've coached for a long time, played for a long time. I was excited for him, but I was more thrilled that something bad didn't happen. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's kind of like, really good coaches, the wins kind of, that's okay. You play to not lose, not have that gut-wrenching feeling that something bad happened and you lost.
Right.
And I'm sure you get that in football. The very few times you lose, it literally – so to me, I was like, well, good, he got a hit. But I was like, glad he didn't strike out or do something bad. And I know that's bad of me. I know I'm bad, but I've been a part of sports so long, and Peyton Holt was mine, and it had to be ups and downs with him as well. I've told people, before he was successful, there was a time in baseball where he was in big moments and bad things happened, pop up to the catcher, strikeout. You have to work through all of those as a player, to get to the moments where you can go to the state tournament, go 3 for 4 and stuff like that. And so, those are all earned. And that's all we want out of these kids is learn stuff that's going to make you succeed in life, and that's to not quit, not give up, and keep going.
There you go. Well, here's Bryce Morgan, Greenwood's second baseman, singled, hit by a pitch. And he got on base in the first inning as well. I don't have a mark by it. I'm trying to remember how he got on.
Now, did he square the bunt? They were wheeling around, and they may be careful not to backpick Dawson right here. They usually try to set that up.
Ball one. Here's Morgan. And that one's upstairs. 0-2. 2-0. I'll get it in a second. It's my first baseball game to ever do. Ball first. Yeah. 2-0. And Rollins up on top brings it home. There's one ripped to center. Is it going to get down? The right fielder got a nice jump on it, makes the catch. The tag was clean from Holt, and he's at third base easily. So Dawson over to third. Morgan's out at 9.
Nobody's called time. No.
Wait a minute. He just called him out?
Yes.
Oh, that's terrible. Absolutely no way he left early. That's a field ump listening to a crowd. Wow. That wasn't even close.
That was clean. I mean, that was very clean.
Goodness gracious. I cannot believe he blew that call. Hopefully it won't cost him the game. What a terrible call by the field ump. So Holt's out for leaving early. So there's 2 down now.
And he didn't. He left when he caught it.
100%. And Harrison Adams now swings at strike 1. Still got a runner at first. That's Skaggs. So Holt's going to be out. Wow. Number 2. And Rollins brings it home.
I didn't even think that was close enough to even warrant
no, not at all.
An appeal.
But sometimes, but a good coach in McCarty, you always appeal because you get some lame brain umpire that wasn't paying attention, just says, well, they appealed. They had been doing it for a reason. You used to do it all the time in softball. And there's Adams hitting a shot out to right, would have scored Holt, and made it a 4-2 or 4-1. But instead, it's runners at the corners. It's things like that always come back and kind of frustrate you. But good job at Adams for a good piece of hitting there. 0-2, and he's on first base. Wow. Well, hopefully the gentleman out in the field will have a good day at plumbing somebody's house tomorrow. 3-1, Greenwood leads still on the top of the 6th. And this is Baxley coming in to bat for Pettigrew.
You can tell he didn't leave early, did he?
Just looked at the replay on the live stream. He definitely didn't leave early, so that's a shame. But it's live on the road in the 5A West. We've been here for years. Rollins kicks and fires to Baxley, and he swings and misses at the first one. Strike 1. I know my daughter's travel coach used to do that. He'd always appeal, and he'd jump real loud and have fun, just overexcited that he caught him leaving early, and the umps would always fall for it. It was pretty funny. 0-2. But he'd be real dramatic about it. Hey, appeal, appeal, appeal. There goes the runner, and he's hung up in a pickle, and he's going to make it safely. The run's going to score from third, so I guess they called him safe. Let me wait just a second. He did call him safe. I jumped the gun. Run scores as Skaggs came in. Good job of Adams out there to stay in the pickle. Then the throw was high to second from Rollins, and he's at second base, so a little bit of justice was served there, but still.
Yeah, and the thing is, we got video. With the video, so the video don't lie. It'd be different if everybody says, oh, well, I remember this, right? We can see it and watch it again. We can send him an email.
It's still 4-1.
If it's that close, you don't call it.
Right. You just got to hold the Bulldogs and get some pitching going here. Curious to see who'll come in next since Mitchell's out. And that was a ball to Braxley that I thought was a pretty good pitch. 1-2.
I'm guessing maybe Pettigrew.
Could be. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. And he went, yeah. Man, that'll be all for the Bulldogs here in the sixth. But, boy, there was some damage done. 3 runs came across. 1, 2 hits. There was an error. And the Bulldogs lead 4-1 here in the middle of the 6th inning. Greenwood got a lead here in conference play. Can they hang on? We'll see who comes out and takes the ball. It looks like it's going to be Mitchell coming back in. He'll re-enter for Greenwood. We'll take a timeout. It's Greenwood baseball on the Sports Hog 103.5. Four to 1 Greenwood. Here we go. Bottom of the 6th, top of the order for Russellville. They're right where they want to be. And Gavin Graham swinging away at the first pitch as strike one fouled out of play. Graham doubled to lead off the bottom of the first, came around to score. That's the only run for Russellville so far here in this second game. They won 3-0 in game one. And here we go. Greenwood needing 6 outs somehow and keeping the Cyclones off the board. That one's fouled out of play towards the softball field, 0-2.
Well, the good news is I think Mitchell's good for 6 outs. I think he's settled in. We talked about Sims early. He was a better pitcher when they got a lead.
Yep.
And I'm sure Mitchell will be the same way. You can make a mistake and it not hurt you as bad.
Here's the 0-2 to Graham. See if he can get through the top of this order. That's outside, 1-2. Gabriel Ellison and Colton Sims await here in the bottom of the 6th. Mitchell from behind the mitt. He'll peer into Strozier and kick and fire. Swing and a miss. He got him. 1 down. Here comes Gabriel Ellison, their shortstop. He's 0 for 2 here in game 2. 4-5-0 the line for Greenwood. 1-2-3 for the Cyclones. 3 errors loom huge for those Cyclones. And Greenwood's capitalized on them. You got to get points off turnovers, if you will. We'll go basketball this time. We've been doing some football stuff.
You bet.
And Greenwood's gotten some runs off of those errors. Here's Mitchell's first one to Ellison, their shortstop, and it's outside, ball 1.
And more than just the errors, that when Sims made that error in center, it's like confidence just exuded from Greenwood. It's like, okay, this is what we need. We need something good to happen. We see a strike go across. It happened. It happened for Greenwood. So it was a different game after that error. You know, if he catches it and we get out, maybe we don't get that confidence.
1-1 the count, and this one is pulled foul down the left field line. It was close. There's a car out in center field with his lights on. It's in the batter's eye, so it's not really hurting anything, I don't think.
I think those are reverse lights, aren't they?
Maybe, could be. But it'd be nice if they'd.
Well, I agree. Now, Greenwood don't say anything. Just keep pitching.
Yeah, true. I agree.
It's not in our eyes.
And almost not affecting home plate blue. He would say something. He's looking right at him.
Dude, he can't figure out the strike zone. You think he can see out there? I'm just kidding. I just thought that was appropriate at the time.
I like it. That's good. That's fine. 1-2. That's upstairs. 2-2 now to Gabriel Ellison.
No, they're the last go off.
Yay. Mitchell up on top. Steps off. Now he's back on. He's ready. 2-2 to Ellison. Their shortstop. He's a good one. Good fielder. Just missed. 3-2.
Had Miss Carroll text me, say that they rewound it a few times, and that every time that she rewound it, he did not leave early each time.
It's part of the game. Here's 3-2. This is lifted foul. It's tailing away. Saki's giving it a chase.
Oh.
He'll run out of room. And it'll stay 3-2. 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Bulldogs lead 4-1. Working to try and get a split out of here in Russellville. Will be pretty nice for heading into spring break.
That's huge. You know, we've talked about it.
Yeah.
Coming into Russellville, and you hope to do the same now. If you sweep great. That's a bonus, but you hope to go into Greenbrier, do the same thing. I mean, that's just something you need to do.
This ball smoked down the left field line, and it is into the corner. Skaggs will slide on a little bit of mud, and it's a double for Gabriel Ellison. 1-out double. Nice.
But we talked about it. You can afford that. You're up 3 runs. That run means absolutely nothing. All you don't want to do is have it snowball into another hit, and I don't think it will. You know, Sims feels like he needs to make up for what, you know, the error he had earlier. So hopefully you can kind of play on that, keep the balls away from him, and get a rollover, get a ground ball or a fly ball.
Well, he certainly do. He struck out his first time up, grounded out to second. You know, you talked about the fielding error he made out there. One thing I noticed, every time there was a stoppage in play, he would kind of crouch down and kind of go down to his haunches, and you can just tell his body language. He was still felt bad about it.
You bet.
And you don't want to see that. That drags the whole team down. It lifts our team up. You talked about us having momentum. The bad body language certainly didn't help the cause as he looks at ball 1 outside.
That's right. And, you know, let's say you hang one and he hits it out. You still got a 1-run lead. And just keep doing what you're doing. Greenwood gets one more at bat, so we're fine.
Right. 4-1 Greenwood. Mitchell checks the runner at second. Ellison. And it's upstairs to Sims. 2-0.
That's the one thing you hope that hit didn't do. Now Mitchell's trying to be too fine.
Right.
You know, a lot of pitchers don't want to get hit hard, so now they won't throw it over.
Well, don't try to dodge this guy. Go
That's
after
right.
him.
Go after him. You got a 3-run lead.
Yep. Mitchell up on top. Here comes the 2-0. Good call. Just on the outside black. That's the one we finally got right there, Keith.
And the other thinking is, you know, you do have that kind of lead. So what? Don't give in to him and let him beat you here. You know, let the next guy hit a ground ball, get a double play. I mean, you can't go wrong right here.
2-1. Swing and a miss on some off-speed junk. 2-2 now. Mitchell's battled back, the sophomore, trying to come get this guy.
Man, I throw a back leg slider, throw it inside, let him take a hack at it right before it falls off the table at his back leg.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Mitchell's going to step off. Strozier run through the signs.
The worst case a back leg slider will do is he'll yank it over here in the dugout over here. He can't really hurt you, but if he leaves it, they're setting up inside. Let's see what. There it is. Oh, that's it.
Exactly what he did. 2-2. Y'all thought I was kidding when I said Keith had a pretty decent baseball mind. He's been doing this a long time. Every now and then it doesn't hurt to listen to the guy.
Well, now you know what comes now after the back leg slider. You got to go fastball away.
2-2. Let's see if Sims is thinking the same thing. There's 1 down. And Mitchell wants Strozier to come out and talk about it. Obviously, you talk about the runner on second. Changing the signs up a bit as they bring in some foul balls from home plate, third base. First, what's this over here? The home team dugout that's on first base.
That's right.
Got it.
All right, let's go.
Mitchell up on top. Sims digging in.
Bounce outside. There he goes. Bounce outside. Fastball.
Here comes the 2-2. And time was called, and that was going to be a nice pitch. Sims got it just in time.
Now, here's where it throws me, and where do you do that again since you showed him, or do you think, well, personally, I shake off, let him shake his head, make the batter think, and then come back with the same pitch. 2-2
the count. 1 out here. Big spot for Colton Sims, their ace. He's their center fielder here in game 2. And he's due. He's 0 for 2.
Slider. Got him. Check
he
him.
Went, and the runner's going to third. Just tag him. He did. There's the tag. And
wow.
Wow. I'm not sure. It said he didn't go, so full count. Yeesh.
Wow. His bat head definitely went.
No question.
I hate to say definite unless I know.
Right.
But I'm pretty definite that he went.
Here's the full count now. Moving over to third was Ellison. The ball squirted past Strozier. He tagged the batter.
He did. He knew he went.
Yep, to no avail.
There's only one guy that didn't know he went, and it was the guy that mattered.
Right. And that's way outside, and it's a walk. So runners at the corners now. Tying run will come to the plate.
It's funny how one umpire can affect a game, like leaving early, not calling the did he go, and it's just crazy.
Because that was 1 run it cost us. We'll see if this costs us another one. And this Booker, yes, who was pitching, and now he's at third base.
He hit the double earlier, but, so you're probably not going to see a first pitch fastball. If you can get something you can roll over on or something to Morgan at second, it should be an easy double play.
One down here in the bottom of the sixth. This is what we've been waiting to see how Greenwood could respond. They're in a tough spot here. They've got the lead, but there's traffic on the base paths. Can Mitchell come in here and shut these guys down? We'll see what everybody's made of. Another time calls. He talked about baseball chicken. There it was.
I'm not sure. I don't know if he'll get Sims moving or not and try to make something happen with Strozier make a decision on if he's going to throw it down or we're going to cut it.
Well, he looked over, but he stepped off to first base. Sims darted back in quickly. No throw. Mitchell on top. Here's Booker digging in from the right side. And he comes home with it, and that's in there for a called strike. They throw down, and he's out. Got him stealing second. Wow. No run from third. Sometimes a guy would come home from third, but did not. And that's a caught stealing for out number 2.
Well, I don't know if Strozier meant to do it, but he one-hopped it, and he threw it so low that when you read it out of the hand, you usually read it over the pitcher. He kept it low to where it never made it over the pitcher, so maybe the guy at third base didn't have the read to go home.
Right.
That was a great job of Strozier to make that throw and get it there on a hop.
And so Mitchell now, breathe a little sigh of relief. Here comes the 0-1 to Booker. And it's in there for a called strike.
How many times you see it, you throw somebody out and then throw a nice big strike?
Right, a lot. 0-2. 2 outs. Let's see if Mitchell can get him right here. Strozier sets up right down the middle. And he did. A comebacker, and he goes right back up the box. That's an RBI single for Bucher as Gabriel Ellison will come in to score. That cuts the Bulldog lead in half.
Yeah, I still like, Dawson hasn't got on base other than a walk. Mitchell's okay, 2 runs.
Yep. You'd like to get this guy. That way you don't have to get back around to the top of the order, hopefully in the 7th.
Well, it makes McCarty called that steal. It makes it like, well,
yep.
Why did you do that? Because now you have runners at first and second.
Yep, that's true. 2 down now. Here's Blake Dawson.
And to me, that's the chess match of he doesn't think we'll throw it all the way down and try to get him.
Right.
He doesn't know that Mercado's worked hard with Strozier, and he's going to get him. It's a chess match. I'll take our chances. Well, we did. We threw it down, and we got him.
Yep. 4-2. Mitchell way outside to Dawson. Ball 1. Bottom of the 6th. High drama here at Hickey Park.
I don't guess they have any speed. I guess Bucher's either fast or they don't have a courtesy runner for the pitcher that's fast.
No, he's at third base now. He's not.
Oh, he's at third.
Yep.
That's right. My fault.
1 ball. There's a ball shot to Skaggs. Can he find it? It left. Nope, it's down for a base hit. First and second. We got action.
You're still fine. I still don't think anybody panics.
And here's Hips coming in. He's 0 for 2 today. And Angus is going to come out and talk to Mitchell. Coach Denton.
And I think he's going to stop the momentum more than anything and just say, look, you're fine. You've got 2 outs. Go at this guy. Work him inside and outside. So let's see how many pitches he's at.
2 outs, bottom of the 6th while he's looking at the pitch count.
88.
88 pitches. 4-2. Greenwood leads by 2. Hopefully the run doesn't come back and haunt us that when Holt was called for leaving early. They're going to courtesy run over at first base, or pinch run rather, for Dawson. And that is Latrell Thomas, number 7. No, Ty Watkins, 35. Gotcha. 2 outs, runners at first and second. And here's Mitchell up on top to Hips. In there for a called strike. Hips started out pitching, then he went to second base. 0-1 now to Ty Hips. Flied out to center, popped out to short. Here's the 0-1. In there for a called strike. 0-2. Well, can Mitchell get one more strike? He threw a 0-2 strike down the groove to Booker, and he hit an RBI single. Here it comes. And way outside, got past Strozier, a wild pitch. Runners move up. It ain't never easy.
Never is, but, we still like where we're at.
Yep. Problem is, like I said, I'd like to get out right here. That way 7, 8, and 9, so you're facing in the 7th inning. Sure don't want to get back to the top of the order. Greenwood, by the way, is going to have Kennan, Brewer, and Strozier coming up in the top of the 7th. There's a ball hit to right. Drifting over and making the catch is Mr. Aiden Kennan. So Greenwood's going to get out of that jam. Woo! Thank goodness. They got to run across. They had 3 hits. 4-2, Greenwood leads going to the top of the 7th. High drama at Hickey Park. I don't think we've seen this much drama, Keith, since you had a girlfriend out here one time. I was supposed to meet another at the same time. Back in 1993.
It was 94, but thank you.
4-2, Bulldogs lead. 7th inning coming up. Let's take a quick break. It's Greenwood Sports Center and the Sports Hog 103.5.
Yeah, no kidding.
We are back here at Hickey Park, and it's going to come down to it, just like we figured it would. I think we said something about that in the first of this game. We knew the first game was going to be tough for Greenwood because Sims was a quality pitcher. Obviously, anybody's getting talked to by the Razorbacks has got to be something pretty good. It's about what we got, and then here we are. We said this thing was going to go down like it has. We get some scores from around the West. Here's softball. Valonia-Alma split in softball. Greenbrier-Van Buren split in softball. Greenbrier-Van Buren split in baseball. Van Buren win the nightcap 2-1 over the Panthers of Greenbrier.
And I told you earlier, I haven't
That was at Van Buren, by the way.
At Van Buren.
Yes.
I haven't seen these other teams, but to me the feel is that everybody's the same and everybody's going to split everywhere. You're going to have a big bunched up at the end. Everybody's got that one.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've got a solid 2 in Mitchell. The problem is our pitching, the things that we have have some youth behind them and are only going to get better.
Right.
How many of these other people have 1 and 2s that are seniors that are only going to prove a little? So I like Greenwood's chances of making postseason and doing good things.
Here's Aiden Kennan. This is a big spot for him. As one of our ace pitchers, he's in right field. Just came off a nice running catch to end the inning. Fouls the first one out of play for strike 1. He's 0 for 3 here in game 2. Flied out to center, grounded out to third, struck out in the 5th.
Well, I'll let y'all talk after this pitch.
Here's the 0-1. Rollins in there and it's fouled right back into the netting 0-2.
So Greenwood saw Harbor. They saw Fayetteville.
Mm-hmm.
You mix in a Gravitt in there. They saw some really good pitching, and then you come out in your first game and see Sims. So anything that's not overpowering mid-80s, you're kind of excited, and I think that's kind of the way Greenwood's acted the last couple of innings.
Rollins brings the 0-2, and he got him. Boy, Kennan just struggling at the plate. You know he's frustrated. Another strikeout swing, and here's Luke Brewer. Ryan Rollins. He's a 4th pitcher. 3rd, 4th for them. Let's see. Hips.
Bucher.
And then this guy, Rollins. That's upstairs to Brewer. Ball 1. Brewer singled, walked, struck out. Left at third twice. The right-handed senior center fielder. Here comes the 1-0. Just missed it, tipped it straight back. 1-1. Cool hand, Luke. He's one of those guys that'll make a radio guy famous running long touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
1 out for the Bulldogs here in the top of the 7th, leading 4-2. A 1-1 count to the senior Luke Brewer. Right-handed bat. Rollins throws right. Here it comes. Just outside 2-1. 4-2, Greenwood leads. Rollins working exclusively from the stretch. And Brewer lifts this little flare to the first baseman. Up second base on his horse. Makes a stab. That's Hips. Out number 2.
That's a good catch out in the triangle, the Bermuda Triangle.
Yes.
It hung in the air just a little too long.
And Dylan Strozier, the Greenwood Bulldog catcher, will be the last effort here in the 7th, unless he can extend the at-bat. Bashir out on deck. He's the DH. Strozier, walk, sack, bunt, reached on an error. Courtesy runner scored a run on that 3-run 6th. And a home run hack at strike 1 from Strozier. Ryan Rollins did a pretty good job of fishing around these boys.
He's just mixing it up and down, in and out.
Yep.
Changing eye level.
Kicks and fires. It's outside. 1-1. Strozier digs in. Ankle protector on that left ankle. Here it comes from Rollins. Fouled straight back. Strozier just missed it. They dip the the right shoulder a bit, Keith. I've seen a number of them do it.
Yes.
It's either that or pull the left out. That's been our. I'm no hitting guru. You are.
No,
for sure.
That's the hardest thing, and I've got my youngest that's having that problem right now, where the front hip and shoulder are trying to beat the hands, and it just pulls everything away.
1 and 2, and he just late that time. Couldn't decide early enough. 1, 2, 3, we go. I guess I'd rather have it that way. Let's get to it. Bottom of the 7th coming up. We're going to stay right here, boys. We don't want to miss this. It's going to be their 7, 8, and 9 hole as Crane, Kaufman, and Rollins is in Brady's spot in the order. We'll see who bats third.
Well, everything we've said comes to fruition. You gotta pitch and got to score runs, and then it comes down to how good is the bottom of your lineup. Holt came in at the bottom, so he's counted at the bottom right now. So our bottom is done better than their bottom. And if they're going to beat us, it has to be with their bottom. I mean, that's it. You still – Morgan's got 2 hits, which is great because you need him to be hot and on fire. But we also need everybody else to come through.
Trying to see who is out in left. We've got a new mullet in left field. That's no longer Skaggs, I don't believe. I can't see his number. It looks like it's a teen.
That's going to be – it's not Weston, is it? They moved him to –
It could be Weston. Everybody else looks like they're in the same spot. Mitchell's going to come back in and pitch. I think it is Weston. Well, he's got the hair for Bashir.
I wonder why they moved Skaggs.
I don't know.
Makes you wonder if something happened, if he pulled something or something happened. It does look like a teen, doesn't it? 17?
Yep. 17 would be Baylor Hosley. That's not him. He's a little bit too skinny for Baylor. This kid is.
Here, let me look at let me see if they got it on Game Changer. Denson. Zane Denson.
All right. Well, get in there, Zane. Make a hand. Of course, he's not on my. 11. Yep. All right.
So Zane it's not quite a teen, though, is it? You said you saw.
Not. Well, he's probably 15 or 16. I mean his age, not his number.
Oh, okay. He's 11-teen.
So Zane Denson is out in left field for Greenwood. I hope Skaggs is okay. I see him in the dugout. Look like he's clowning around. First one from Mitchell is just a bit outside to Jackson Crane. Ball 1. Greenwood leading 4-2. That one is ball 2. Got those strikes.
Yeah, and as a coach, the decision is, okay, do I complete? If I commit to him, I'm committed. If you're committed to Mitchell, commit to him.
And it's 3-0 now. Let's see if he can.
He's at 94.
Come with a strike. And a 4-pitch walk.
He's too anxious. He's rushing. Everything's going too fast. Soldier's got to tell him right now, just look, take a deep breath and slow down. That run means nothing. Let's go.
Here's Peyton Kaufman coming to the plate. He's their catcher. Struck out twice. I'd like to see him get a bat on the ball, like a slow roller to short and double off with folks.
Yeah, or a regular roller to short or second.
Either right.
Slow roller, regular roller.
Now, how aggressive are you on the base pass, Keith? I mean,
you learned your lesson from Sims.
Yeah, we should have. Cranes at first on a 4-pitch walk. Here's Peyton Kaufman, their catcher, right-handed bat. Mitchell trying to go the distance. Bottom of the 7th, Greenwood leading by 2. And that is a little high, 5 straight balls.
Just missed. We can't see any bull. They use this field behind us as a bullpen, so we can't tell if anyone's getting loose or not.
1 ball count. Mitchell up on top. He'll come set, check the runner, and bring it home. That's in there for a called strike.
That's a good 1-0 slider, too. You're not going to give in and throw a fastball. Very nice pitch.
It needed a strike to break the 5 straight balls and nothing else. Here's a 1-1 now to Kaufman.
Slider
fouled
again.
Straight back at us, so he's ahead of Kaufman. And Kaufman's been here a couple of times. He was a 1-2 in the second, swung through and missed. Let's see if Mitchell can come back with.
And that's a good job of Strozier and Mercado, whoever's calling the pitches, that, look, he's leaving his fastball higher inside. Let's change it up. Even though we're down in the count, now he's thrown 2 straight sliders. I wouldn't be surprised to see a third right here.
Here's a 1-2. And he fouls that one out of play. Kaufman just stayed alive. No outs here in the bottom of the 7th. The Russellville needs 3 to win it. They got a lead-off walk. Greenwood trying to hang on for dear life. Hopefully the missed tag-up call by the field ump doesn't come back to haunt us. And he got him looking on a ball that was borderline outside black.
You know, you got to give it to the Russellville fans. They've come a long way that they actually agree with him. I hear them cheering him on, and it's nice to hear them that they've turned.
Here's Mason Brady there. He was our third baseman. He's back in there. He popped out to the pitcher and struck out. 1 down now. A double play ends it. Let's see if Mitchell can find the slow roller.
Good guy to roll, too.
Ball 1.
That was probably closer to a strike. Strozier was set up on the outside part of the plate and had to reach to the inside part.
Yep.
To me, that was closer than most.
Yep. Here's the 1-0 from Mitchell. It's in there. Strike. 1-1. Good pitch. How many pitches? You think they're allowed? 110?
112, I thought.
112?
Maybe it is 110.
It's 1-1 count. Okay. Mitchell brings it home. Inside 2-1 now to Mason Brady. Top of the order is out on deck, and Gavin Graham.
You know, you don't have to pitch him in Gulf Shores. If you overuse him tonight, give him a break and come back and do conference. You don't have conference next week.
No. 2-1.
Got
in
him.
there
Yep.
for
Wow.
3-1. I'm not sure where that was, but I guess it wasn't a strike.
He's going to say it was low, but to me it was not low.
Not when it crossed the plate.
Not when it crossed the plate. It was a slider that broke at the knees. It was a good pitch.
Here's a 3-1. See if Mitchell can come back from that. He did.
Yes.
3-2. Now, see, we reversed him there. That one was probably closer to a ball than the last one.
Agreed.
Well, instead of missing 1 call, you've missed 2 in a row. Here's the full count now to Mason Brady. And Mitchell.
Got him.
Rung him up. He sure did. Back-to-back backwards K's. 2 outs. We go to the top of the order. Oh, boy. High drama here at Hickey Park.
Oh, and you got to give it to the fans. They're so consistent. That pitch has been a strike. It was the same pitch that struck out the kid before him.
Yep. Gavin Graham doubled, scored in the first. Grounded out to shortstop, struck out in the 6th. And here he is at the top of the order. Can Mitchell complete this game?
Strike.
Called strike. 0-1 count.
He's at 108.
Blues laughing now. It's too late in the day to toss anybody. Here's the 0-1. That'd be our luck, though, to get in Mitchell's head. Have to worry about getting a fan out. It's outside, 1-1.
If he was bad, he would have called that one a strike.
Yep, I agree. Just on principle. 2 down here, bottom of the 7th. Can Greenwood hang on and get a split here on the road in Russellville?
Coming at 110.
Here's the 1-1 from Mitchell. And a chopper, just foul. 1-2, and we're down to our last strike. Gavin Graham's going to be white-knuckling. This is the spot the kids look for.
And I think the rule may be that
you finish the batter.
You finish the batter.
That's exactly right.
So he's at 110. This will be his last batter.
Gavin Graham, hopefully it will be the last batter. 1-2. 2 outs. Here we go. Mitchell kicks and fires.
Got him.
High cheese, he struck him out, and the Bulldogs get out of here with a split on the road in hostile territory in Russellville. Wow, what a performance from Austin Mitchell. A complete game. Fantastic work. 1,
12
2,
strikeouts.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm sure there's a 12th one somewhere. Yes.
I'm showing 12, and that's an unbelievable job. You know, he didn't have his greatest stuff late, but he made do with what he had. He 53 pitches, first 4 innings. We knew he was on fire. And just for Greenwood to battle back after the first loss was huge.
12 strikeouts for Mitchell, the sophomore. Fantastic night. The Bulldogs just got the ball in play. We saw them actually. We kept talking about getting base runners. We started getting base runners. We started talking about getting runners to the plate. We finally got them to the plate. And what a great night. Dawson Holt, not because it's your son, but what a huge pinch hit, a 2 RBI single, and that ends up being the difference in the ball game here tonight at Russellville. And we got a little extracurricular activity out in the handshake line. And Coach Mercado luckily caught a hold of that as him and McCarty were visiting post-game, and McCarty's on his boys just as much as Chad is on ours. But
they're just kids.
Yeah. And there's no love lost between these two
sport.
teams.
In football, you get emotional. You just go hit somebody. In baseball, there's really nothing you can do except be emotional. So somebody's not happy.
Well, it's 15. It's that Rollins guy, the last pitcher. Actually, he's the one being held back over there. So, anyway, a split's a split, Keith. And, good job to your boy. I mean, I know it's
only 2 RBIs we had in that second game.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
That's it. And you've got to do that. If we're going to continue to split, we're going to have to get better hitting. And next week, Mercado will use next week as a I'm sure
proving
you'll
ground,
see,
maybe?
Yes, a proving
Okay.
ground. You're going to see other people get at bats, and because 12, 15 games in the season, you should know who your top 9 or 10 guys are. And those are the guys getting the at bats from this this time forward.
Well, a good job all around from the guys that really battle in there, hang on for dear life, and not choke this one away. This team, maybe last week, might have got down and let this one go, but they held on for dear life. I'm going to look here real quick. I know Jessica's ready to go home. Morgan had a hit.
He had 2.
Adams had a hit.
Morgan had 2 hits.
Yeah, that's right. He got a hit here in the first inning as well. And that's the one I didn't write down. Adams got the ball in play. Brewer had a nice hit up the middle. So, yeah, just got to start spreading them around. And everybody, top to bottom, the order you see where the runs were scored all the way up and down the lineup. And there would have been another run right here on Holt if the umpire hadn't made a bad call. So, good night tonight. Great split. Greenwood will move to 2-5 now and 1-1. More importantly, Russellville to 4-4 and 1-1. So big split on the road here, Keith. That's what the doctor ordered.
Huge. Now let's just keep it up and build on it from here.
Miss Jessica, thank you so much back in the station for making us sound so good. I want to thank Sean Holland, Joe Buffkin for running the live stream tonight here on the road in Russellville. Appreciate the folks at Russellville High School for the hospitality. Johnny Johnson, the athletic director, for all his help getting us a spot here in the press box. We will call it a night from Hickey Park for the Bulldogs. Lose 3-0 in the game 1 and win the nightcap 4-2. And fantastic split on the road here for the Bulldogs. Keith, appreciate it, buddy. Always a pleasure.
Enjoyed it. Let's do it again sometime.
I'm Tim Terry saying so long. Enjoy spring break next week. And we'll see you in 2 weeks on the 29th of March. Our next broadcast will be at home against Van Buren. For sure, our next radio broadcast. Live stream, we'll keep an eye. That'll be the next live stream as well. All right. That'll do it from Russellville. I'm Tim Terry saying go Bulldogs. And you've been watching on Greenwood Sports Center on YouTube and listening on your home for local sports in the River Valley, the Sports Hog 103.